like basic/core or professional. Yeah.
What I'm realizing is I have stuff in my wallet on my phone, like my cards, but I don't have them on my computer.
You
See,
can.
because they're going to want, they're going to want your information.
Yeah,
I can't see the chat.
So, okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm having
Well,
trouble with my streaming.
I'm live on Tig's end.
Okay.
I can't see the chat.
Let me see what's going on here.
There's no one here yet.
Okay, that's not it.
We're having trouble streaming to your destination. Is it possible?
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a pack of dogs, so, well, Amelia's not there yet, so.
I have a couple dogs. They're being very good right now. Very quiet.
Yeah.
So, Hawky, are you okay? There's a duck there, buddy.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta reload real quick. So we're live on Substack. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all good.
Yeah, I have that window open.
Yeah, I said we're having trouble streaming to your destination. Is it possible the stream was ended
Go on
deleted from
TV.
the destination? No. This can occur, or the wait, no, this is a bullshit. Okay, hold on.
No wonder.
Yeah, because it's working fine. So okay, why is there an error? Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, I'm
It should
in
be fine.
your. I'm in.
Yeah, and I
your-
see it in another tab, so we're gonna be good on that.
Yeah.
Amelia, how we doing?
I'm so sorry.
No,
You're
it's okay.
fine.
Trying to get it to come up.
We still don't have anyone. I mean, we're early. So
There's it says there's 4 in the chat. That's probably all 4 of us.
That's probably us, yeah.
Yeah.
Comments now live.
Oh, hello.
Oh, who's
Hello.
this?
Oh, hi, Evie. It's my godmother. She comes on.
Hey.
Here comes on. Hi,
hello.
Evie.
Hi, Tig's godmother. We're just sort of getting ready to work out potential snags.
We're actually not due to go live for 3 more minutes, but we are live working out some tech issues.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog's watching TV.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, Hoppy, yeah.
Hoppy.
Hoppy.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know. I said your name. I wasn't summoning you. I'm sorry.
We're getting there. I'm just putting my information in. So
No problem.
For the longest time, I only had the TV on for him.
Oh,
right.
There is a couple channels like that, like Doggy TV.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
this
have it at daycare.
I have.
This is called Pet Collective.
Pet Collective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the name of the YouTube channel. I love it.
Yeah, my TV's on 24/7, and it's usually on like Nature Channel or PBS for my dogs when I'm not around.
My TV's definitely off at night. Bedtime, TV's off.
Yeah. Well, TV's in my living room.
TV in the living room.
All the heart hands. I'm not sure my reactions are turned on. Are they? I'm on the Substack side, so
I just saw it. Yep.
all right. So I got to my dashboard after filling out all the information. So now I need to do the destinations thing again.
Yes. Now you can do the destinations.
No. Go lay down. Go. Go away. Sorry, my dogs are being.
Is there it says add a custom RTMP destination?
Yep.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Micah.
So the URL, I'm assuming the URL is what you guys sent me. Yes.
No, not that one. The URL is actually the URL and stream key I will send to you in a Substack DMs right now. So you can go ahead and check a different tab and check the DM for the group chat on Substack. Should be able to see all the information.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
I'm so glad they came out with the group chat.
Yeah.
I know. So much easier.
Micah, go lay down.
Now we're all talking now, so they're like, "Hey."
Yeah.
So Bandit's just chewing on his
Atlas.
little
Go.
Kong.
There's a bowl of like hard-boiled eggs next to me on another like camp chair, and my dogs are going bonkers over it and being very, very protective. Hard-boiled eggs. Hey, 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 lay down.
Dad,
Lay
the
down.
eggs wouldn't hurt them, but egg farts from dogs are pretty
They're
intense.
Brutal.
Here, lay down.
When I had Hofke as a puppy, before I'd Bandit, I used to take him with me to like outdoor places when I could afford to go, and he would just lay under the table. So I was training him to do that, and this guy said that there was a mistake order of poached eggs. So they were made by mistake, and he was just going to throw them out and asked if my dog could have them. I was like, sure.
Okay, so I have a question.
Hey, Joe. What's that?
Yeah. There we go. I see it. I forgot to put the RTMP first.
Yeah, no need. It's all good.
How you doing, Joe?
Hello, Joe.
Yeah, we're just finishing up some technical stuff.
Yep. But we will be getting going here real soon.
Okay.
Hang tight.
Does anyone want to see the demon dog?
Yeah. Ooh.
Bandit, come here. Come here. Come here, Bandit. Ah, there's the demon dog. Can you see the demon dog?
Oh, there's the bandit.
Bandit, little rascal he is.
He is ancient.
Yeah. How really tired and still, but okay, thanks. Well, Joe.
Okay, it's telling me the URL is invalid.
URL is invalid. Oh, okay. New plan. So what you can do, you're gonna go live on your end. You're gonna go to Substack and just go create new live.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Create new live, and you're gonna scroll to the bottom where it says like when you're making the live, you're gonna go to go live with stream key.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Amelia, still with us?
You went dark.
Dark.
Uh-oh. We lost our gas.
Oh god. Okay.
I guess we'll be right back. I guess went to the lobby to get some snacks, I guess.
What else you went dark for a second? Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? Peace. Yep. If you're not going to watch TV, I'm going to turn it off.
I'm going to go ahead and remove, not kick, but remove Amelia from stage for now.
Yeah, bring her and then tell her to come back. Yeah. Join the StreamYard. Dark.
No.
I mean, technically we have Evie and Joe right now, so we're still low on the chat side.
So, I mean, we usually don't get like a full house until like 10 minutes in or so.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe because we chronically have tech issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give them time.
Give it a minute. Yeah.
Maybe I should recruit Stefan to come up with a list of dad jokes we can share during tech support.
Oh yeah, we can just read those over. That'd be great. Also, we still got to figure out like the pipeline for when we set this up. So I think like me starting like the live on my end through Substack and then looping that in is the fastest way to go about it. And then we go and then we go with promotions, and then we go if we have like a new guest immediately through it. I'll write up a little playbook and we'll go through each number. Yeah, she back? I'm backstage.
Yeah, you can just put them like in the kitchen or something. Yeah. Yeah, she's guarding them from the other dogs.
You know, maybe she just turned her camera off. Oh no, it's like gray.
Yeah, maybe kick and then she can come back in and just.
I don't know.
You guys want to message her? I can kick her right now.
All right, I'll message her.
Yeah.
Open new tab.
Go guys, come on. Sorry, chat.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Help.
Yeah, RTP. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Amelia. Re-enter stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tig, I accidentally declined the invitation.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's okay. We can I can. Okay, hold on.
It's okay.
It's okay. Just won't show me live. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I won't show you that. That's okay. But that also means. Yeah, it just won't show it. Working on it. All right, Amelia's working on it. Coming back soon. All right.
Go lay down.
Yeah, okay. I felt a cold nose. Nope. That is not a dog toy. That's a hacky sack. A hacky sack that is older than you, Tig.
Oh, wow.
I'm a sucker. Yeah, peace. There she is. Can you bring her on?
Yep. I don't.
Oh my god. Yep.
Oh yay.
And we're back. Okay, Amelia. How are we doing?
All right. I'm back, but I still can't do the stream this to your audience thing. Okay. But don't worry about it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Mike.
We'll figure that out for next time.
Yep.
All right.
Turn your mic on.
Mike. Oh yeah, mic's on. I think your mic is good.
I think we're all good. Oh wait, no, not.
Now it's off. Now it's off. There we go.
I got her.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Are we all set? Shall we proceed in the show?
All right, let's get with the show.
Okay. Hello all. Welcome to Mind Haven. I am Sushi, host of the podcast. I have my two co-hosts here, Tig and Nero. Hey, Stuart. And our special guest tonight is Amelia Hall. And the topic is parenting with disabilities. We do have a disclaimer we need to get out of the way. So, Tig, that's your cue.
I'll take it away from here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind Haven. Mind Haven is a safe space for discussing mental health topics and stories about mental health conditions from those with lived experience. We are not mental health professionals. If you are in crisis, please do not DM any hosts or participants. Instead, see the sources and links for supports and resources below. With that being said, let's get started, shall we?
Absolutely. So, Amelia, you have the stage. This is your time to share your stories. So,
do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Sure, absolutely. Yep. So I'm Amelia Hall. I write the disability dialogue on Substack. I have a physical disability. I also deal with anxiety and depression as well. And what I want to talk about today is the fact that I also recently got an ADHD diagnosis. and I have a kid who has an autism diagnosis. And I think there are not many people who are talking about parenting with a disability. I don't feel like disabled moms are included often in the circle of mom groups and things like that. So that's what I want to talk about today.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, first off, chat, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to type them into the chat side and we can relay that onto Amelia. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hear your story.
Sure. Yep. So I was born with cerebral palsy. So that's my physical disability that I deal with. Currently, I utilize a walker for mobility purposes. However, that wasn't always the case. I used a variety of different mobility devices when I was a child and had numerous surgeries associated with my cerebral palsy, as well as I did have physical therapy from the time I was 2 until I was 16. And so I do have a lot of PTSD around the medical things that I went through, just because many of them were very, very painful. But one thing I do want to mention, one thing that's been important for me is, I think I said I recently got an ADHD diagnosis, and my son is on the autism spectrum, and he starts school tomorrow. He starts kindergarten tomorrow, and it's a big transition. It's a big transition for anyone. In my case, I faced a lot of bullying when I was in school related to my physical disability. It wasn't overt bullying, but it was, stares and glances and snickering and kind of the stuff that you can't really prove, if that makes sense, just
Sure.
because it wasn't overt. And so as a parent, I'm anxious about that for my own kid, because it was a very difficult. My bullying experiences obviously impacted my life quite a lot, and yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was was the part of that bullying like a lot of exclusion?
Yes. So I remember, in school, often there's gym class, right? And I do remember early on, I had a really great gym teacher who he always included me. He always figured out a way for me to be involved, which he was a fantastic human being, and I adore him to this day. But I did also have I did have a teacher and mainly other students who were not as accepting. And so in gym class, I was the kid that was picked last, and it was almost like, okay, who's gonna get stuck with Amelia this time?
Yeah.
Based on whatever we were doing. So yes, on the exclusion side.
Wow.
That must have
Amelia,
been devastating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amelia, I'd like to share my experience with the CP diagnosis, not with myself, but growing up. My neighbor has, I haven't lived there in a long time, but growing up, he had a severe case of CP with the braces up to the waist. And I just remember, like, our neighborhood we'd get together and play a little like tag football in our front yard. And sorry, I just spilled a drink all over my computer.
Oh no.
That's okay. It just slipped out. Anyway, yeah, they would bully him, and yeah, it was bad. So I get where you're coming from for sure.
Absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna redo this. Go ahead and keep telling your story.
For sure. So I experienced a lot of, bullying growing up. I did, like I mentioned, the physical therapy that I had for much of my childhood. I also had very intense surgeries related to my disability, and that meant that there was a lot of time when I was out of school or, was homeschooled, things like that, and that obviously affected things school wise. And I just think, I remember when I knew that I wanted to have a kid, right? And I went to my CP doctor that I had as an adult, and this first
There we go.
and this first doctor that I spoke with, I mentioned, hey, I want to have a kid. And his response was, why would you want to bring a kid into a world with a disabled mom? I never saw that doctor again. Obviously, I found
it's also
better
the
providers.
Yeah, it's also the implication that, like, this assumption that people with disabilities can't have sex and therefore should not have kids by default.
Yes.
It's really like eugenics vibes and yucky.
Yeah. It's eugenics oriented, but also a lot of infantilization as well. Because, like, why would you want kids? Aren't you? What?
Right. Yep. Thankfully, I found providers who, were supportive and, helped me through the journey and things like that. But unfortunately, there were some naysayers along the way. But at the same time, I've had a disability my whole life, and I've had naysayers my whole life. So it's just kind of a roll with the punches sort of thing.
Yeah. And that's honestly, like, something that I remember growing up, because, like, that kind of, like, oh, the resilience is so impressive. The resilience, you just move forward anyway. Yeah, because I had to.
Exactly. Yes.
You did it because you had to. And I think balancing, especially that kind of reality, like, I'm on this picture myself too, like with your son especially, it's like, how do you balance this need for, like, go ahead and resilience? Well, go ahead and fight for what you want, fight for what you got, because the world isn't going to let you do it. The world's going to do everything in their power to make sure that you can't, to prove themselves right, essentially, for no other reason than to just be right. But
for sure.
How do you, that's a question I have for you, is like, how do you balance that as a parent, knowing the kind of stress and anguish that goes for you? It's like, do you encourage your kid, like, listen, this is the reality of it, and you got to fight anyway, but also just know that I'm here with you 100%? Or how do you become a safe haven for your kid?
Gotcha. So, a lot of what I talk about on my Substack, the Disability Dialogue, is the importance of bringing disability into everyday conversations. And so I've tried to do that with my kid. He is just 5, and because he's on the autism spectrum, I don't know how much he's absorbing. He obviously understands that I do things differently, and I have mobility aids and things like that. But I also have to look at, okay, where is he developmentally? Because I have found for myself specifically, just because he's the only child that I have, there's not a playbook for how do you talk to your kid about the fact that you're a parent with a disability.
Yeah, there is no playbook for parenting at all.
Exactly.
For that.
Right.
Yep. And so that's been a big learning curve for me. I think the main thing I've realized is the importance of simply talking about it. Sure. I do not want my kid to think disability, my kid or any kid, honestly, to think disability is taboo or something to be shameful of, or something, to pity, things like that. And so I do, that really is an important part of, why I
write on Substack. Is my plan is, or my hope is, to create a community of people who are interested in learning about disability inclusion. So related to that, I do have my background is in social work. So I have a master's in social work, and I also am a accessibility specialist. So I work as an accessibility specialist for a bank. So not only do I have the disabled lived experience, I also work in the disability field. And so my hope with Substack is to kind of merge those worlds and use my experience and also my knowledge to educate other people.
That is
awesome.
the way. Because I think like education honestly like gets sidelined completely because you can't shame or torture or hold people accountable for not knowing something that they have no way of knowing otherwise. It always starts with education.
Yep. And so that is my focus, is to be that education space for people. And so what I've said in a couple of the posts I've made is I've said, look, even if you have no knowledge of disability at all, this is a welcome space for you. I have opened a paid a chat for paid subscribers where I'm going to be launching basically ask me anything threads, where I'm basically telling people, hey, all the things that you want to ask someone with a disability that you've been terrified to ask, this is a safe space. You can ask your questions.
It's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to sound stupid. It's part of the process.
Yes, and I do caveat that with, obviously, if there's something I'm not comfortable answering, I'm not going to answer it, but I'm also not going to tell people that they can't ask certain things, because if you don't ask, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah, I mean, there's asking in good faith, and there's like debating in bad faith, and having that discernment is important.
Yes, very much.
And I think, like Ross, you're saying, like teaching your son like what good faith and what bad faith looks like, because I think like for, as someone on the spectrum myself, it can be really really hard, especially when you're first learning. Honestly, it can be like, oh, what is good faith and what is bad faith? Even if they use the exact same words and the exact same tone, it can mean something completely different depending on the circumstance.
Yes. Yep. And so, yeah. So in teaching my son, I've just been trying to tell him, just obviously the basic stuff of treat people with kindness and respect, and everybody's different, everybody's unique, no one is the same. And so just because somebody does something differently than you, it doesn't mean that the way they're doing it is wrong. It just means they're doing it differently. And if you have questions, I've basically said, anytime you have questions about anything like that, I am the person to ask. So I want to create this safe space for my kid, but also create that safe space for other people who want to learn, other parents who have disabled kids, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like just because things are doing it differently doesn't make it wrong, and just because everybody is doing it doesn't make it right.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I think as long as person isn't being actively mean,
Yes.
If they're trying in good faith, and me personally, I like to try to give them a chance to learn, and then after that, they're going to show me whether or not they're willing to learn.
Right.
And some people aren't.
Yeah.
Give them the chance to prove themselves for you. And if they fail, then you go forward. But I think it's just like innocent until proven guilty. That's something that needs to be taught more. That kind of discernment.
For sure. And I do kind of want to touch back on the parenting piece for a little bit, because I want to talk about what my experience was like when I first got pregnant with my son, and I started digging into, okay, what is parenthood going to look like for me? And as with living with a disability, a lot of it was trial and error. A lot of it was, okay, I can't do this thing, so what do I have to put in place to make doing this thing easier? I did and still do have a very, very supportive family, and so that was huge for me. Without that, I don't think I would have gotten to the point that I'm at right now, just because the resources for disabled parents in a lot of ways are pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
I did find some stuff, but I do remember when I first went, I saw a maternal fetal medicine specialist before I got pregnant with my son, because we wanted to figure out, okay, is Amelia going to be able to have a natural delivery, or is she going to have a scheduled C-section and stuff like that? Spoiler alert, I had a scheduled C-section, but that was fine. I have no problem with that. But I remember the doctor came in and she said, okay, I did some research. The most recent study on people with cerebral palsy who were pregnant was in 1992.
Good God.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
And your son is 5?
Yes.
Over 20 years ago. What the hell?
And because I was asking them, okay, how are we going to tackle this? And they said, yeah, the research we have is very old. And I was like, no shit.
No shit. Oh my God. So this is gonna be I can't imagine, honestly.
Yeah. So obviously it worked out. My son is 5. I'm here,
Yes.
but
that's what matters.
I think realizing that sometimes you have to navigate a world without resources, and it can be really disheartening to talk to the people who you think have the resources, and they come back and say, we have no idea what to tell you.
Yeah.
And so in that question, I'm like, okay, like what does that mean for me as like a disabled parent? And they look at me and they just shrug their shoulders, and they're just kind of like, good luck.
Yep. I'm out of my depth here. There is no playbook written before this.
Yeah. And I know that regular parenting doesn't have a playbook either. So I acknowledge that, but I think what I'm trying to point out is when you add disability into the mix, it's a whole nother ball game, because every resource that is out in the world for moms to be, or parents, or people who are moms, a lot of, depending on the disability, you can't just take what is put in a regular parenting book and just use it one for one as a parent with a disability.
Yeah. And even that old dusty study from like the 90s, what was you go into looking at it like, what was the control group, who was actually being studied at that point, what were their demographics, what was available at the time, where was it done? It's like, we're out of our depth here.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but honestly, I think there's pride in being the first of things.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of pride in being the first.
Yep. So I've mentioned, my Substack is called the Disability Dialogue, and I actually recently changed the name. So prior to it being the Disability Dialogue, it was Trailblazing with CP. And part of the reason why I picked that name is because I didn't have many role models, people to look up to when I was a kid. I, didn't have someone who could tell me, hey, this is how you navigate the world with a disability. And so it's always been my hope, even though I changed the publication name and things like that, I want to be the person that I didn't have as a kid.
Yeah.
I want to be want to be that person for other people.
Be that person for your son.
That's commendable.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And I think this is why, like, we need more disabled parents, honestly, because the world that you grew up in, you want to leave it for the next generation, and
exactly
you want to make things better.
100%.
Have you heard of Josh Blue?
Yes, I adore Josh Blue.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I first saw him.
He's fantastic.
My goodness, I am not familiar. Who is Josh Blue?
He's a comedian that has cerebral palsy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I have another question.
Really funny too. All right, go ahead, Tig. You had a question?
I have another question. Yes. This circles back to starting kindergarten for the first time, and just like developmental milestones and stuff like that. A lot of those like first steps for your son, they may not match, especially because like a lot of the information that we have on developmental autism is still rapidly changing to this day. I mean, I'm currently like trying to get into research in that field as well. It's constantly changing. So even if you don't really have a playbook on that front, what are your contingency plans with your son? Like when those like consistent roadblocks may come up, what is your go-to with him?
So because of my because of the fact that I have an MSW, I have a social work and advocacy background, I know that there are going to be things that are going to come up that I'm not really going to know how to handle. But at the end of the day, what matters is I know myself, I know my kid, and sometimes it may mean that we have to do some trial and error to figure out, what supports work best. Just because of the fact that this is his first time in school. For the last few years, he has been in an in-home daycare. But the max number of kids in that setting, I think, has been 5. And that is it's going to be a whole different ball game in an elementary school. And I'm pretty worried, to be honest with you. But I also, my kid is happy and he's so excited, and he asks me all the time, his main question for me has been, he calls kindergarten his big boy school. Like that's what he refers to it as. And he says, "Mom, am I going to make friends at my big boy school?"
Aww.
And I'm like, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. And he, even though he is autistic, he is very, very social. Mm-hmm. He wants to interact with other kids and things like that. He does have special interests, just because of the autism and things like that. But it reminds me of myself in a lot of ways, because the one thing that I wanted as a kid was, I want friends.
Sure.
And seeing that in my own 5-year-old son is beautiful and heartbreaking and scary, and wonderful all at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Your son's got the audacity flavor of autism.
Yes.
The kind of kid's gonna be king of the outcasts. Oh my god, I remember those days myself. I used to be king of the outcasts. Oh my god, he's gonna be okay. But also, like, this goes into school supplies. What have you thought about in terms of like getting like little go bag, like little contingency bag for him? Like, does he like gadgets? Gotcha. Like, what does hyperfixation look like? Does he like gadgets? He likes tools? Like, what does he like?
So he is into gadget type things, and it's really interesting that you brought this up, because I was literally thinking about this earlier today, and I realized that, okay, I probably should have been thinking about it weeks ago, because he starts kindergarten tomorrow, but it is what it is. He does have a, like a stuffed animal that he's really attached to, that we are planning to send in his book bag. I don't know if he's going to be able to have access to it. And so with that being the case, I did do some research earlier today, and I found some sensory wristbands that have different textures, just in terms of, if he gets overwhelmed, things like that. He is specifically very affected by sound and noise and things like that. And so we did, his meet the teacher was on Friday, and we spoke with his teacher, and the first question I asked was, okay, I haven't bought headphones for him, but because of the fact that he's going to be in the gym and the cafeteria where it's going to be super freaking loud, I recognize that that's going to be important to have. And she looked at me and she was just like, Amelia, you're fine, because I already have 2 sets. And
nice.
so I already have some, so please don't feel like you have to go out and buy any. And so I'm hopeful that it's going to go well. I know that it's going to be an adjustment period. It's going to be an adjustment period for me as well as my son, but he seems so excited, and he can get overwhelmed at times, but he's typically the kid that he wants to be involved in as many things as he can. And so I'm excited to see him flourish in kindergarten. And
right on.
Oh,
So is he going into like a public school?
Yes.
Specialized school? Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So he is going into public school. He will have an IEP, and he'll be part of like a pull-out program where, he gets pulled out 20 minutes a day just to get more specialized instruction. But based on, assessments and things like that, he didn't meet criteria, so they said that he didn't need full special ed.
Sure.
And from my perspective, being a person with a physical disability, I went to regular school. I went to mainstream school my whole school experience, and that's all I've ever known. And honestly, I think having my son in a similar environment, it will allow other kids to be exposed to autism. Absolutely. And kids who are different and things like that. Yeah. But you better believe if I hear of any bullying of my kid going on, I'm going to be the mama bear that's breaking down the doors of the school to let me in.
With the axe.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that actually reminds me. What stuffed animal does your son have? What kind of stuffed animal is it?
So he has a penguin that has buckles on it that he has named Buckle, and he sleeps on it every night, like, even though there's buckles. And so you would think, okay, that'd be super uncomfortable, but he's very, very attached to it.
Yeah.
And I had this idea, because even if he can't bring the penguin or have access to the penguin with the buckles, would one of the buckles be good to like add to his wrist so he could have one of the buckles with him? Or like a communicator with the headphones, something you can still talk to the penguin still, even if it's not with them.
Interesting. I like that idea.
And that's an awesome show and tell for that.
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate the idea.
Tig's brilliant.
Yeah, Tig is way brilliant. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Amelia, I work at Utah Schools for the Deaf and the Blind. I've been there 25 years. So I have worked with deaf students, blind students, autistic students, deaf blind students, right? And some of the kids are mainstream. We have a high school right across the street. Junior high's real close. So I'm happy to hear that you're going to mainstream your son. I think that's super important. Like you said, for other people to recognize that, hey, they're human too,
Yeah.
And,
most of the time when I was in school growing up, or maybe even the entire time for K through 12, but at least most of it, disabled kids were separated from mainstream, and like, not if they're like in a wheelchair disabled, but if they were in any way that learning made things harder for them.
Yeah, or if they were deemed like a problem, like I was back in the day.
Oh yeah, I was a problem, but I wasn't deemed disabled or ADHD either, even though I was both.
Yeah,
I just got in trouble all the time, which really sucked.
Yeah, it does suck.
Maybe hate school.
Yeah, their isolation really doesn't help anything. It really doesn't. I mean, there's means for like temporary, but even if it's like the same curriculum, it's like the isolation honestly does more harm than good in the long run. Like, you're gonna keep them in this closed environment forever because they got to be around other people eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And I did better in gen ed classes than I did in special ed program that I had at my district. Didn't matter. My mom was dead set on isolating me because she was convinced isolation was the way. But I'm really glad we need more, like, honestly, people with social work experience and general education experience who are disabled themselves and understand how a lot of these resources, they may look on paper like really, really great. Like, oh, this looks on paper, it's perfect, it'll fix everything. But in practice, it's a shit show.
1000%. You're preaching to the choir.
Oh my goodness. Another question I had. So what is your son's like favorite hyperfixation at the moment? What is his special interest right now?
So he loves cars, which I know is pretty typical, for a 5-year-old boy. He did also at one point really love trains too, and my dad actually not this month, so actually last August, for my son's 4th birthday, he built my son a train table, so that he can stand at it, and he got the Brio tracks, like the really good, good quality ones.
Good shit. That's a good kid.
And got the trains, and then there's one that you can put a battery in and it moves by itself, and things like that. And he loved that for a really long time. He still plays with it, but right now it has cars all over the top of it, because cars is the main thing at this point.
Cars, main thing. That's gonna be good with other 5-year-old boys. 5-year-old boys like cars.
Have you ever thought about getting him one of those models that they can put together? Do you think he, like, maybe later on would be interested in, where he can make his own car? Hello?
I think we're frozen a bit.
Okay.
Did she freeze?
Possibly.
Yeah.
You mean?
Uh-oh.
We lost your audio, Amelia.
I think a little glitchy.
Yeah, glitching a little bit.
You mean like for a car?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Model cars where they can build their own.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Or even just like little play radios for kids, because cars have radios, and radios are fun for communication and gadgets and stuff like that. There's a lot of like little gadget models you can buy online for kids, like that kind of gets them into the mechanics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So with us?
Yeah, I think she's frozen on her side.
Frozen.
Yeah, freezing a lot. Doggone it. Oh, it's also movement. Yeah, it's wow, patchy. Should we reboot again?
Yep,
Yeah.
Looks like she just did.
Maybe it was our internet.
This happened a lot with Julie too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang tight, guys. She'll be back.
She'll be back.
If you have any questions or comments?
Yeah,
I've always wanted to learn radio. Yeah.
Yeah, I taught myself radio. It's a fun one.
No problem. I'm so tired today. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
Sundays are like, ugh. Gotta go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah. I usually have more energy. It's just not today.
Well, hopefully we get Amelia back real soon. Oh, there we
go.
go.
I heard a bloop.
Yep.
Bloop.
Okay, I added the stage, but oh, there we go.
There you are.
Give me just a second.
Yeah, no
that is a different camera.
It is. That's what I'm trying to fix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Just dealing with some tech issues, but we'll be back We'll be back. Device is not connected again.
Uh-oh.
Need to reconnect their
Okay.
mic.
Anybody want to see Hofty?
Yeah. Let's see Hofty.
Hofty, you want to say hi? Don't hit the keyboard, okay? Do it. You can do it. Come on, say hi. Up here. He can't see you. Here, full screen. See? Look.
Hey, Hofty.
Up here.
All right, we have Amelia back. Are we good? Can you hear us?
All right.
Yeah. Yes. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries.
No, it's no worries. Oh my god. So, yeah, 5-year-old boys do love cars, and we left off on radio, and we're getting close to the top of the hour, I think.
Oh,
So
we have 15 more minutes. We can
Yeah.
chat for another 5, and then we'll get into our moments
Moment
of
of
joy
joy.
in selling ourselves.
Oh yes, the shameless plugs. Oh my goodness. Well, before that, one more question I had for you. In terms of your work on advocacy and also like in accommodation work, essentially, what are your top 3 accommodations for kids in the spectrum, regard like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids in the spectrum, in not just social dynamics, but in terms of like special interests. Like, what are your like top 3 special interests that are good for across the board, really popular?
Interesting. Okay, so you mean what do I think are the top special interests among autistic kids?
Not autistic kids in general, but like if for your what was I going for this? Oh my god, I lost it.
Hey, Joe has a question in the chat. Can we address that real quick?
Oh yeah. Joe asks, any opinions what a caseworker might be like, what they are, do they help with appointments and service needs, I guess.
Okay, so I'm trying to when you say so, you know, like I said, my background is social work. When I think caseworker, I think you know, a caseworker that's through DSS and things like that. But there are also like, I guess, disability related caseworkers too. And so I don't know if he's meaning, you know, what would a disability advocate specifically look like? You know, within the school system, I might need some clarification on the question.
What's the term? CCE, CCD? What's the acronym?
I'm not familiar with what you're.
I know. I know. It's okay.
Joe said, I just said the caseworker will contact me through Medicaid, so disability and autism related adult.
Yeah, so that's like more like disability advocacy kind of thing. Not really in the school system, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah, that's more life that's more life logistic shit. That's some logistics.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But I remembered what my question was in regards to what I was trying to get on board. Amelia, with your experience in social work in terms of getting kids an education, what are the most accommodations you would use for kids on the spectrum in your line of work? Like, what were the top 3 things you would suggest?
Okay, so I do want to caveat this by saying every kid with a disability, even if you have 2 kids that have the same disability, every kid is different, and you can't blanket anything, you know, in terms of what works for one kid is not going to work for somebody else. So I'm going to answer your question as if I'm thinking about my own kid. And so for him, headphones are going to be huge because he is very overstimulated in loud environments, and he tends to shut down and things like that. He will also he can have a difficult time processing things, you know, in terms of when he's being asked questions and things like that. And so another thing that is likely very much going to help him is just having people who understand that and can give him the time and the space to formulate responses, as opposed to just saying, hey, okay, you didn't say something immediately, so we're going to move on to the next kid, you know? And so giving my son in this instance, you know, time to process questions and figure out his responses and things like that.
Yeah, so extra time, like not even just a. Also, like this may be a training question for staff members, because I don't know if you work with staff or teachers in that regard, or is it just directly with kids. But in training staff and teachers to administer these accommodations, is it solely with give people extra time, but also do you offer any suggestions on tweaking the language in order like tweaking the requests?
So I do want to cat. I don't have tons of experience in that, to be honest. A lot of what is going to happen with my kid starting on Monday is a whole new ball game for me that I haven't played it before, so we're going to be looking at the rule book together, if that makes sense. And in terms of my accessibility work, I do provide. I'm an accessibility specialist for a bank, so I don't work directly with kids, but I am trying to, you know, just make disability a more something that's talked about more in everyday conversations. And I do have experience. When I was in college, I spoke to a lot of elementary schools about elementary school kids about just the importance of inclusion and, you know, just anti-bullying type things, things like that.
Oh, that's exciting. So this literally is a new world for you, like professionally and personally.
Yes. Yes.
Like originally offering disability consulting for a bank. That is huge. That's awesome.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Jay has a question. If you are neurodivergent and seeking work accommodation, what is your number one everyone needs to know advice?
Ooh, good question. So I think one thing what I would say to that is, you know yourself best. So if we're talking about the person who needs the accommodation, who's seeking out having support, you know yourself best. And if for some reason you know you need support but you can't specify that, you know, then do some research. But what I like to tell what I like to make sure people understand is, in terms of workplace accommodations, if you don't actually include the person with the disability, if you say, oh, hey, you have ADHD and this is something that's worked for somebody else with ADHD, you know, kind of like I said before, you can't blanket statement the situation, because what worked for one person is not necessarily going to work for somebody else. And so the importance of being open to that.
Great answer too.
Be wary when someone in a higher position of power professionally says, "Oh, this is an accommodation," when they're really just screwing up your routine because they feel like it or because they assume they know better.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the person with the disability is the expert on what they need and their own life, and they should be driving the conversation. That doesn't always happen, but it's what needs to happen.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we are at the top of the hour. We have about 6 more minutes. Jay just said we are all so different. It is so important to be involved as the SME. So with that, let's go ahead and carve out our joy for the week. Amelia, would you like to start with that?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I have a best friend that I do not see super often, and she visited me this past weekend. We usually get together. We try to get together at least twice a year, and so I was able to see her this weekend, and having that visit right before my son starts a huge giant transition that's also a transition for me, was a just kind of way to sort of settle myself and, kind of get in the good headspace that I need to be in, because I don't see my best friend super often. So it was fantastic to see her.
That's awesome.
That is lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. Nero, do you have something you would like to carve out?
Yeah. Well, so Friday, out of state though, but my nephew got married, my younger nephew, to his wonderful new wife, Ashley. We all just love her a lot. And it was a really beautiful wedding. It was nice to see a lot of people. The ceremony was short and sweet, right? Yeah. And then, so it was kind of the reception, but it was a good turnout and very well put together. And there was lots of happy tears.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And the wedding is around the bend.
Yeah, I kind of have a social hangover still, and you know,
happens.
Road trip hangover. I'm getting ready for a road trip.
All right. What about you, Tig?
I accidentally decided to pull something out of my brain and made a new video game. It's called Bullshit Bingo.
Bullshit Bingo.
Yeah, because oh my god, yeah. It is a full-blown web game. You kind of like Kahoot. You can play it solo, you can play it on your own, or you play it with friends with a little share code, and you can just open it on your phone or on your laptop and pull up the news or any source of media you want, and you just click up, and first person to bingo wins. It has every logical fallacy, talking point, propaganda, talking point, bit, whatever it is. And it's 10 editions so far. So you can just pick your topic, whether it be reproductive rights or Neuro had a funny one. I made Dude Bro Edition, which is designated for like calling out red pill propaganda. That one's a funny one. But there's a lot of others in there you can look through, and I find it's an easy way to watch the news or really just any piece of like tough media content without losing your mind.
Sure.
It makes it helps it easier, and it also like forces you to be like cognizant of what you're watching, which is something very needed these days.
Yeah, I gravitated to the Dude Bros one because I used to make a lot of jokes about Dude Bros years ago. I've been doing that lately.
Oh my god. Yeah, but there's a lot of other editions in there too. You can just take it out. I will probably have to post another link to it, repost another link for people to see it on my page on Substack. So yeah, play it like.
We should just put it in the chat.
Oh, that's a good point. I shall put it in the chat now.
Right on. All right. Well, so
how about you, Sushi?
Yeah. So as my co-hosts know, I love to go fishing a lot. I typically just pick up small perch here and there. However, last night we had the monsoon rainstorms, very heavy winds. It hailed, but I toughed it out at the pond that I like to fish. And after the storm blew over, and right before I was going home, I caught a largemouth bass that was a lot of fun to fight and bring it to shore. And it's going to be dinner tonight. So
largemouth bass is a fight, but it's
they
worth
fight
it.
like crazy. It was so much fun.
I've never had it.
Yeah.
So anyway. I miss fun fishing.
Yeah. So yeah, Tig just put in the link to Tig's new game, the Bullshit Bingo. And with that, let's go ahead, Amelia, go ahead and let everyone know where they can find you.
Pay at your own peril. Did you mean play?
Damn it. Oh my god.
It happens.
Sure. Yep. So I'm Amelia Hall. I write on Substack at the Disability Dialogue. Please come and join me. My main thing is I'm just I'm trying to make disability part of everyday conversations, and everybody is welcome. Come say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your content.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Nero.
Well, I narrowed over to Hodgepodge, Substack, YouTube, Twitch. Still haven't been over on Twitch for several weeks. I've also just started a Ko-Fi account recently, and I do have a Buy Me a Coffee. I received one donation ever. It was like when I first started it was for $25, and nothing since.
Nice.
But yeah, I got to, after I get back from the next road trip, start figuring out how to juggle my socials. So you'll mostly see me on Substack until then.
Yeah. All right, and Tig.
Hello, I am Tig Mansueta, also known as Tiger M, a Royal Tiger as Twitch. You can find me on Substack as I write the publication Tigology. I post a lot of my papers as well as like essays about the world and everything in it and things we could do to make it better. You can follow me on Substack, on Twitch, YouTube as well. There's a lot of new projects coming up. And I also have a little website, a blog where I cross post a lot of my, you can find all the links to everything I'm working on, projects, including stuff like Bullshit Bingo as well. So you can find that at tigologyverse.com. So I will post the link to that here as well.
Right on. And you can find me at Sushi or Sushi Quote Jen, host of Mind Haven on Substack, also on YouTube. I do have a Facebook, but it's more of a personal thing. I was streaming to it, but I decided to just stick to the Substack and YouTube. All right. Well, Stu came in super late. Sorry that, we're just about ready to close out the show, but please.
We'll have a recording later.
Yeah, we'll post the recording. Please join us every Sunday at what is it? 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the one.
We have a different guest every week, and thank you, Amelia, for being here.
Yes. Next week we have Stefan Pasek.
I'm sorry, who is it?
Stefan.
Oh, okay.
Stefan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, we gotta have more conversations, Amelia. I wanna dig into more of your brain on terms of workplace accommodations and workplace etiquette and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
We can do a part 2 in the near future, so we can dig deeper into that kind of conversation.
I'd love that. I do one thing quickly. I do want to mention, starting in September, I am starting a Parenting with a Disability series on my Substack. So please come join.
Yeah. So you're gonna do a live show surrounding that.
I'm mainly just going to be writing articles about just my experience parenting with a disability.
Awesome. Yeah, I will definitely. Stacy says, wish you good luck with school tomorrow with your son.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Godspeed. Also, like the buckle idea would be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like
yes.
A little buckle gauntlet, like Power Rangers.
All right, y'all. Well, happy Sunday.
So
we like to throw out the hearts. Thank you all in the chat for being here, and we will see you next week.
Later, peoples.
Yeah, and Amelia,
bye.
Stay on stage. We always do a backstage debrief. So, okay. See y'all backstage.